All right, let's get some tickets. We're in another country, technically. Oh. Perfect. Morning from Rome, the Eternal City. Yeah, this is my Airbnb, and I'm fortunate to have the Caesars looking over me as I sleep. So, we're gonna go to the center and we're gonna see the sights. Gonna do the typical tourist stuff, and I'll give you my impressions of Rome. However, characteristically, the weather's not cooperating, so this could be a soggy one, but I'm still gonna go for it. Let's go. Okay, so we might get lucky after all. Looks like the sun's coming out. So this is my new Airbnb. I actually changed neighborhoods, and there's the metro. So convenient ride straight to the center. Actually, I think we need a breakfast first. So let's grab something to eat and a coffee, and then we'll go to the center. Because once we get there, I think it's gonna be kind of chaotic. Okay, donuts and a coffee. Breakfast and champions. So I'm gonna scarf this down and then we're gonna go. Okay, breakfast complete. Next stop, the center. All right. And just like that, we're here. Check it out. All right, let's get some tickets. Alright, this is the line to the ticket office. Fortunately, they have these written here so that you don't wait in the line to get up there to find out that you can't pay. But anyway, the view. The rain stopped and the sun came out, but it's still not exactly comfortable because it's muggy. Very muggy. It's the worst combination of the two weathers, but anyway, making the most of it. Now, if you're not a dummy like me, and you know where you're going and when you're going to be places and you have plans, you can probably book these tickets online in advance and then skip all this, but there's probably still a line to get in, and you also need to have a but at least a more specific itinerary than I usually do, so that's also an option. Alright, making progress. And I'm sweating, just standing here in the scorching sun. Alright, ticket acquired. That was a long and hot experience. But the line's actually longer now. When I came, it was only about there, and now it's longer. So I guess I'm lucky in a sense. Anyway, this here is the Arch of Constantine. Unfortunately, it's in scaffolds like much of the rest of Rome right now, but still spectacular. And of course, this is the Flavian Amphitheater. You were expecting me to say the Colosseum. Well, that's what we call it, but the Romans called it the Flavian Amphitheater. Hello. Thank you. All right. We're in. And then we're also going to go to the Forum and the Palace after. So I think the tickets are very time sensitive, so we're going to have to be on it. Probably going to have a late lunch, which is not great. But anyway. Alright, so you know if you come to the Colosseum, you need to keep your ticket ready because they're going to check it like 15 times. But anyway, here we go. So this is like the underground areas, and this would have been flat, I assume, where the actual performances, we'll say, were taking place. Oh, it's busy though. Let's go see what's over here. Okay, I'm not sure if it's just like a free reign or if you like should. There's like a certain route you should go. It's not really marked, but let's see. Let's go to the upper levels. I think it's going to be a better view, more interesting. Ooh. A little bit of the upper levels now. Some stair climbing.
Now we are outside, right?
It's definitely a cool place. Probably the most famous stadium ever in history. That right there is where we came in. Let's see. Unfortunately, you have to book the ticket to go down. You have to book online. So I'm not going to get to do that, but anyway, still an awesome experience. But if you want to do it, make sure you book online and you plan a little better than I do. So I would say it's worth it. I don't remember how much it cost, but the ticket to get in was only 18 euros. So definitely definitely worth it. Souvenir shop. Zoo. Ooh, those are cool though.
We'll find that and everything there. Because I have to have enough money to do it.
Okay, those are cool. I definitely don't have space for that, but oh wow, look at this. Those are cool. If I was rich and I had luggage, I would buy those. But I'm neither of those things, so.
The portraits are there on both sides, these columns, you know? And what you see now is just the room for the guy. Regardless, behind the door, the ground was just a high place to get inside. And the same now.
That's where we're going next. The Forum. It's going to be awesome. Probably not as cool as the Colosseum, but it's going to be awesome. So, the Colosseum obviously was an arena where they had violent sports going on, but they also actually flooded it from time to time and had like naval battles, which is insane to think about. Yeah. They also had horses and stuff and chariots that came in here, if you think of the movie Gladiator where they had the chariots running around. So, yeah. Like I said, most famous stadium ever. And I can definitively say that it's bigger and nicer than some modern stadiums, like certain ones in the UK. Crystal Palace, I'm looking at you. Alright. Here's a good look at the Forum. And there's the Arch of Constantine again. Very cool. I just wish it wasn't in scaffolding, but can't always get what you want. Okay. Still just going around. Yeah, super cool. Okay, there's the exit. Check out this column before we go. Super cool. Okay, for real this time, next stop, the Forum. We are in. And we are greeted by another triumphant arch. This one not in scaffolding, which I am happy for. Epic. Very cool. Check out the detail. Very cool. Very, very cool. I hope the camera is doing it justice, but I need to find like a sign or a plaque to tell me whose arch this is. Oh, okay. Interesting. So this arch is to the Emperor Titus, who is the emperor who defeated the Jewish rebellion in 70 AD, which is why in this carving relief here you can see the menorah from the Jewish temple in Jerusalem being carried off by the Romans. So that makes sense. Alright, well, there's a pretty great view of the Colosseum over there, and I want to get one more look at it. So I think we're going to make our way that way, and then we'll go this way. So those stairs are big. Let's go to the stairs. For 18 euros, definitely worth it. I've been into museums in other countries that cost more, and you get way less. So just wish the experience of getting in was less of a line, but some things you just can't do anything about, and I think that's one of them. Okay, this is the view I was talking about. Check this out. It's a lot calmer up here than it is down there, isn't it? So you can actually get a great photo up there, but this isn't bad either. So yeah, not bad. Very cool. For a sports lover like myself, it's very, very cool. But let's continue. The Colosseum was before. The Forum is now. I think you kind of get an idea of how compact Rome was. I mean, it was full of people, of course. Like in its height, around 1 million people lived here. But I mean, you can see this is where, up here is where the Imperial Palace was. This is the Forum. The Colosseum's just there. I mean, everything was walkable, and there's a easy explanation for that. Everybody was walking. Only the rich were going by chariot or horse or carriage or whatever. So, you know, most things had to be walkable, or at least, you know, a horse could pull a cart there. So, yeah, kind of makes sense that things were more compact in those days. And that's also kind of why modern European cities are also smaller, comparing with like American cities or something, because, well, most of them were built before or designed before motor vehicles. So, you know, they're not, they weren't thinking about people driving, they were thinking about people walking. Okay, we're getting into the Forum proper now. The Forum is the center of the city, the place of business, the place where deals were made, where sales were made, agreements brokered, markets, legal proceedings, political meetings, the likes. So, you know, kind of think of it as like the I don't know how to describe it in modern terms, but combination of a business center, a political center, and a recreational center, maybe even. But yeah, this is the place. Temple of Antonio and Faustina.
Le notifiche che tu quando vedi qualcosa su Chrome.
Sorry if the footage is a little shaky because we're walking on cobblestones. I think it's time for the main event of the forum anyway. And then we'll go up to the Palatine Hill and check out where the Caesars lived. Okay, so these are the bases of columns, which at the top would have had the figures of illustrious figures, important people in the history of Rome and the empire. Okay, so this is the Arch of Septimus Severus, a Roman emperor from the early 3rd century, so 200s AD, right before the start of major problems for the Romans. It certainly does have a grand arch though, even nicer than Constantine's, and Constantine's obviously much more famous and did a lot more stuff. And there's the view of the Forum. That's the main street we just came down. Far back there, you can actually see the very top of the Colosseum. And then here's the arch we just looked at. We are making our way back down through the main street because we're going to go up there to the top of the Palatine Hill. And I might be wasting my time because I'm not sure if I can go there from here or not, but I certainly do not want to go out and then find out that I had to go in from here and then not be able to get back in. So anyway, but after this, after we go check out the Palace of the Caesars, we're going to take a little lunch break because I'm sweating, I'm tired, my feet are screaming. These cobblestone streets are doing a number on them. My ankles too, so yeah. So these are some artifacts dating from the 6th to the 8th centuries Rome, which, contrary to popular belief, was still under the control of the Roman Empire. It was just under the Eastern Roman Empire. So the 476 fall of Rome is not really the end of Rome. It's just a transition because the Eastern Romans end up taking back Rome in the 540s, I believe, and then Rome remained a city in the empire, at least on paper, for another 2 centuries. So 2-3 centuries actually. So yeah, so the idea that Rome fell in 476 and then from that point on it was just the Middle Ages is not accurate. We're making our way up. We were just down there, and yet we have to go up there. Right. Check out this view. Okay, you can't possibly fit everything in one video in Rome. I mean, this video is already going to be way too long as it is, and I'm going to have to cut a bunch of stuff too. But anyway, I think I'm going to just continue to explore the top of the palace here, and then if I see anything cool, I'll film it, or obviously, but if not, then I'm probably just going to go out, and then I'll take you guys with me to find some lunch. And yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen after that. Probably we'll make our way to the Vaticano. Alright, so these are the actual ruins of the palace that we're entering now. And yeah, I mean, you can't really get an idea of what it was like, but I mean, the fact that we're this far up, you can tell that it was it had the best view in town, probably. See, maybe through here we can get a view of the Circus Maximus. Almost ate shit. That would have sucked. Okay. There it is. Here's some music coming from over there. Not sure if it's street performers or something more official, but anyway, that's the Circus Maximus there. The grand racetrack of Rome. Unfortunately, though, there's not a whole lot left of it today. Some of it, I think, is still under those tents over there, but as far as like getting an idea of what it looked like, there's not much to see. All right, I think this is the way out. Next stop, probably a little refreshment, and then we'll check out some more stuff. All right, here we are at the monument of Vittorio Emanuele II, the king who oversaw the unification of Italy in the 1850s, 1860s. I'm not 100% sure on the exact year, but somewhere in there. So, not a Roman monument, like an ancient Roman monument, but still very cool. One of the ones that they show whenever they're showing Rome in newsreels or whatever. This is one of the ones that they show, so now you can recognize it. Okay, so I just realized that we're getting a little tight on time, and I want to go to the Pantheon, so I think we're gonna have to delay lunch, which is gonna suck, but it is what it is. As you can see, there's a lot of renovations going on, a lot of reconstruction, renovation. Apparently it's for the Jubilee or some such. So kind of unlucky for me, but it is what it is. Right. So we're just maybe 3 blocks off where we were. You can already see how the landscape changes, how quiet and calm it is. And yeah, I mean, driving in here would suck, but obviously people do it, but it's much more pleasant to walk here than there. We're getting very close now. That'll be the back end of the Pantheon. Alright, there's a shorter line to the actual ticket office, but it's cash only. So fortunately, I have some cash. Alright, we're in business. €5. It's incredible that this is over 1,000 years old. So, for a while, the Pantheon was a church. It was converted, but it was originally built as a Pantheon. So Pantheon being the Greek word for gods, so many gods or all the gods, and so it was a temple to all the gods, essentially. So, but then when the Roman Empire became Christianized, it was converted by the Pope, I believe. I don't know which year, but anyway, it was converted into a church. So that's why you see a lot of Christian stuff today. And then, of course, Italy has remained Catholic since. So, you know, but today it's just a monument. But yeah, as far as I know, I don't think it's still a functioning church, but you can tell me in the comments. Okay, I tried taking photos of the inside, but I think this is one of those places that video is the only thing that can really capture everything. And not even everything, but so that's the sky up there. There's an open hole in the ceiling, in the dome, so water can come in. And you can see there they've got the drains for the water. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there's two little holes in the middle of the circle here. So that's where the water drains. Super cool. Definitely one of the coolest things I visited today, actually. Okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a little snack because I am famished. And then we'll continue because there's actually a place where I want to get proper food that was recommended to me by a friend. So we're going to do, but I need to eat something. So yeah, let's do that. All right. Got some food in me. Oh. Okay. Anyway, got some food in me and a nice refreshing lemon soda. But yeah, on to the next. Anyway, yeah. So wasn't the greatest meal I've ever had, but anyway, it's something, some fuel to run on. So our dinner's gonna be better, I hope, or second lunch. I would call it dinner. So this right here is pretty much how a lot of Rome is looking. A lot of the tourist areas is just like this, kind of small streets, not completely crowded, but certainly not empty, and lots of restaurants and bars and gelato places, parlors. So, okay, there across the bridge is the Castel Sant'Angelo, one of Rome's like key fortresses in the Renaissance period, but it was actually built as Emperor Hadrian's tomb in the Roman times. So it wasn't designed to be a fortress, but you can see that's what it's become. But we're not going to cross that bridge because they're doing all renovations on it and it's a disaster. So we're just going to cross the other one. Okay, this is the best view we're going to get of Castel Sant'Angelo. But like you can see, the bridge here, it's all under renovation. So but definitely a cool structure. So on our way to this restaurant that my friend recommended, decided we'd take a little detour to another country, actually, technically. You probably have an idea of where I'm going. Look familiar? On a side note, This place right here is an absolute hellhole of hecklers and people trying to sell you crap. And if you don't respond to them, they might even like touch you or grab you or stuff. I've seen them doing that since I've been here. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, even though there's the police like right here. For example, right underneath this building here, there's a bunch of homeless people sleeping. So not exactly how you imagine the eternal city, but everywhere has its problems, I guess. It's actually not as packed right now as the first time I came. The first time I came, this was incredible. Like, it was a struggle to walk. But now, it's actually not so bad. It's kind of open, and I haven't seen as many hecklers this time, so that's good. But maybe I was just unlucky the first time. So right here, this fence, that's the international border, technically. And we're about to cross it. Here we go. And just like that, we're in another country, technically, in the Vatican. And this is the line here, circling around. So I will not be waiting in that. But anyway, it's a beautiful cathedral. And the weather's actually quite nice now. The wind has kind of blown the mugginess away to a degree, and it's tolerable now. So not so bad. But yeah, this is the Vatican. So about that lunch, let's make the treacherous crossing back into Italy and go get some lunch. I think I'm gonna go out a different port of entry this time. I'm gonna go out on this one instead of that one. Ooh, made it. Thank you for your well wishes and your safe travel wishes. I made it back to Italy. Apparently, this is the best pizza in Rome. Eroi della Pizza. So let's find out. Ciao. Grazie. Ciao. Okay. Let's see. Really good. Doesn't look like much, but it's really good. Okay, and a pepperoni to wash it down. Alright. I'm gonna enjoy this, and then I'll tell you what we're going after. Okay, so just checking on Google here. There's another gelateria. There's a lot really close, but there's one that has a 4.8 rating out of 800 reviews on Google, and it's only about 5 minutes away, so I think that's the ticket. Okay, this is the place. Only benches, but can I take a lemon? What? Lemon? Yep, lemon, please. You want a cup? The medium one, this one. No, just lemon, please. All right. I don't know how I'm gonna eat this and film at the same time, but let's see. It's gonna be very hard. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna enjoy this, and then we got one more site to see, so I'll tell you after. All right, That's the famous Trevi Fountain. But like most other things on this trip, it's under renovation and the water's not flowing. So I guess I won't be throwing a coin in and making a wish. But anyway, splendid architecture. Full of people, even still. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this first impressions of Rome video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you really like Roman history, then it should be right up your alley. Yeah, and this will probably be the last video I film from Italy. There will be more adventures to come, but it'll be in a new location, new vibe, new people. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.